Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm AJ Bricks and this is set number 71827. Zanes battles Mech from the Ninjago January 2025 away for Dragons Rising Season 3. This set comes with 92 pieces, 3 minifigures, and will retail for $8.99 in the UK and $9.99 in the US. Before I do get into the review, please like and subscribe as it will immensely support my channel. And I'd really appreciate it. I'm going to review the other Ninjago sets in this wave. Those videos will soon be up. As soon as they are, you'll be instantly notified. But with all that information aside, let's get into the review. So here is the mech, and it's basically Zane's version of the mini mech we got last year for Jay. Starting off at the bottom, we have the feet, which are quite wide as you can see, which makes the whole build secure and stable, and it won't knock down over easily. I know it's wobbling right now, but you just gotta press down on them, and then it'll stay in place. And these are connected to ball joints, meaning that they can rotate 360 degrees. The legs are also connected to ball joints, so they can move around 360 degrees. And what I really like is these trans blue tile pieces in the center of them. And it just really reflects Zane's elemental ice powers, because it really looks like ice. Over at the hips are some clips, which you can use to attach Zane's weapons on. And that's because when you put him inside the piloting area, he won't be able to hold them. So that's a nice way to keep them safe. And it also adds a little bit more detail to the mech. Here is his torso, and in the center it has his power source, which looks really cool because Zane actually has a power source on his chest too. And if you open it right up, there are some studs right there for you to make Zane stand on. And you close the chest plate right back up, and now Zane can pilot the mech. The arms and hands can also move 360 degrees because they're connected to ball joints. And he uses these rooftop corner pieces to represent his elemental powers, like some kind of blocky ice shards or something. And I also really like the light blue that's used on his arms. It kind of breaks away from the black and white. These to me do look like some kind of machinery, and then you have two exposed studs right here as well as this, which doesn't look too pretty, but that is easily customizable. These are the two swords he comes with. You can see that they're all fully golden, and then there's also some golden leaf pieces right there, and you just clip them onto his hands. You can also get a lot of poses out of this guy. Now I personally think he is a little bit more better than Jay's mech we got last year, and that is because of the design. His elemental power and his theme overall is represented more clearer. I do wish the legs used the colours white and blue more, because the black looks out of place. Zane doesn't really use that in his colour scheme, but other than that, I think this mech is really good. So now let's take a look at the minifigures. First up we have Zane and Wildfire. Now Wildfire still uses her design from last year. There's nothing new to mention about her. However, she doesn't come with an armor piece, which is strange. Now that's maybe because you might want to put her inside of the mech, but I think she could have still fit inside the mech with her armor piece on. And it's not all bad because she does use her newer design compared to Sora, who went back to her old design from Season 1 of Dragons Rising. But it's still kind of a shame because they could have given us a new face print or a different suit to at least match the rest of the ninja. But I still really do like this design. Here is the back of her torso, and you can see that she has this animated fireball. Now the cheapest way to get her last year I think was in a £30 set, and she is one of the new ninjas, so more people will want to get her. So it's really nice to see her come in such a cheap set. And then we have Zane, who has a brand new design and he's exclusive to this set, where he is completely shirtless and his torso is fully exposed. You can see in the top right corner he has his power source / his heart. There are loads of tubes going all around his body. I really like the metallic printing, which is reflective in the light. That makes sense because he is a robot. And all the accents of light blue used on his gloves and his belt. His leg printing design is the same as his storm suit, and he has one angry facial expression, and that is simply because his hairpiece wouldn't cover his alternate face print. Here is the back of his design. You can see there's a lot more robotic things going on, and the tubes are also at the back. And if I lift his hairpiece, you can see that there's some kind of charging plug at the back of his head. So I think this is one of the best Zane minifigures in a while. Definitely hilarious. Cannot wait to see the context of this in the show. And he just looks so unique. I really like how shiny and reflective he is in the light. But now let's take a look at the final villain minifigure of this set. And that is Drix, who is one of the Forbidden Five. Now that is a surprise because we've not yet seen her in the show. They've given us Noct, who we have seen, but not Rox, who is the other Forbidden Five member who we have seen in the show. But that gives us an early look at her design. Now she's really creepy, but in a good way. Her design seems to be influenced a lot by an insect. If I remove her Sensei Wu hat, that is her face printing. She's got these yellow eyes and then some kind of spiky texture on her face. And then her teeth are crazy. She's got some really sharp teeth. And I also think that that red texture is some kind of mask on her face, similar to the mask that Rox wears on her mouth, or it could just actually be part of her skin. She doesn't have an alternate face print, instead just some printing at the back, which has a similar design, so that's making me think that it's not a mask, but part of her skin. Her armor piece is the one that Raz wears, this time in gunmetal grey, and then we have a very detailed torso and leg printing. You can see the red spikes protruding from her torso, and she's definitely wearing a robe because there's a golden trimming on the outline of it. That's really reflective in the light. It drops down over to her legs. You have the red belt with a golden thing on top of it. And then she also has toe printing, which I presume is her sharp claws. Turning her over, her armor piece does have 2 studs, so you can attach something to her, maybe those wolf mask warrior claws. But removing the armor piece, we get a better look at the printing. Now I'm not really sure what that emblem is meant to be. Maybe that's her logo of her clan, or the species that she is part of. Actually, I've just taken a look at my Noct minifigure and he has the exact same design in blue, so I'm guessing that is the Forbidden 5 logo. This is also in gold, so it reflects in the light, really shiny, and you can see the belt also carries over to the back. So that was Drix. She is super cool. I think she is much more scarier and sinister than Noct, simply because of her insect-like design. Noct is based on a wolf and she is based on an insect. And she is the elemental master of Swarm. I think that gives it away that she is quite literally an insect being. And I cannot wait to see her in action in the show. So that was Zane's Battle Suit Mech. It's slightly better than Jay's from last year. The minifigure selection is great. Zane is exclusive. This is the cheapest way to get Wildfire. And it comes with one of the Forbidden 5, which is insane. I did not think we'd get a Forbidden 5 member in a set this cheap. And it's definitely worth the price. As you know, Zane comes in a big form in the Zane's Ultra Combiner mech, but that set is pretty pricey, $90 and £100. So if you want a knockoff version of that, and I think it does a pretty good job, then this is definitely the way to go. One thing I do want to mention is that Jay's Battle Mech suit last year came with 4 minifigures. It came with Lloyd, Jay, and then 2 of the Wolf Mask Warriors, and this one only comes with 3, but to be honest, this minifigure selection is still better. But that was my thoughts and opinions on this set. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.